I'm actually restarting this video. This is even the first take of it. I'm just being real. But welcome to Sesame Tarot. I am the Quiet Storm, and today I am choosing to do a blackout reading because I just really don't want to show the cards right now. I just want to get out the message. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm feeling down. I'm just feeling, I don't know. It's like really nothing to really be sad about. I mean, I am having some memories right now, which are pretty not my most glorious moments, but I was already feeling like this before I even had these memories. These memories just made me want to just like do a reading because like maybe the things I can say can help somebody that's listening. That's always the goal, to help somebody that's listening. I didn't burn any sage on my cards. I just kind of blessed the reading with a prayer, and I'm also with a dragon's blood incense because good vibes. And if you didn't know, dragon's blood isn't made out of real dragon's blood or anybody's blood for that meaning. It's actually a flower. Yeah, a lot of people get there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to, I was just going to say the crafts, but just a lot of things in general, really. Hope you guys can hear me. Okay, the first card I just wanted to fly out was Deceit, and that really does tap into the feeling that I was already in. So let me just give out some, like, background context. You ever notice something after it happened? Like, you didn't really piece together the puzzles, or say like a coworker had a slick remark and you didn't really even piece together they were being a little bit like sideways towards you until maybe you got home later on that day, or even like months pass, years pass, and you realize you saw things lighter than what they were, when really people were being a little bit malicious towards you. And just like, I don't know how you guys react to that feeling, but for me myself, I'm just like 222 on the clock. I'm just like, dang, like I wish I would have like said something to speak up for myself or to do something about it, but you didn't know, you were moving in a pure intention, a pure energy, while they were, I don't know. I also don't understand why, if people have a feeling towards you that isn't good, if you're brave enough to be malicious or try to like say something snarky or do something behind my back, why not just have balls enough to just say to my face like, oh, I don't really like you, or I feel this type of way towards you? Like, why throw the rock and hide your hand? I don't know. Not very respectable. Second card that came out was Contract. Besides the cards, because I mean, you can't see them anyway. I feel like somebody may be pretending to be a friend, pretending to be a lover, pretending to be someone who is good. And I feel like you may or may not, maybe you are blind to it, maybe you're just not realizing it, maybe you were blind then, but I don't think you really seen it for what it was as it was occurring. You seen it for what you thought it was, like maybe something healthy, maybe something good, something that was beneficial, and you're just now realizing that looks can be deceiving. It wasn't what I'm hearing cracked up to be, but that's not what I meant. It wasn't what you thought it was. People aren't who you perceive them to be. They are who they are. This could leave you like thinking about your own actions. Oh, how could I be so naive? How could I let them play me or trick me? But I feel like you're smart. I feel like you're a good person. I feel like some people are also just good at being bad people. And let's talk about what a bad person is. I don't think a bad person is somebody heavy on drugs, or somebody who is vulgar, like with their language, somebody that curses a lot. I think a bad person is the person who sold these people these drugs, that got people so addicted. I think a bad person is somebody that uses their tongue to hurt others. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some people can just be very outspoken and just have a very colorful language, while others will intentionally say things to bring pain onto people. I think being bad is about intentions, not so much actions. Because you can mistakenly hurt someone, but if you know what you're doing would also hurt yourself and you do it anyway, I feel like that's pretty ill. I feel like people nowadays are very self-centered. If it doesn't bother them, then it's not a problem, regardless of who it hurts along the way. I don't think that's right. It's one thing to make a mistake, and sometimes people do try to fix their mistakes. They try to change it, and I feel like that should be acknowledged. Because nobody came into this world like perfect and can read people's minds and know everything. But when people know that they done wrong or inflicted pain, even if it wasn't your intention to, people can't even just say like I'm sorry, or they'll just be all like, well, I wasn't trying to do that, or so it doesn't, like, just try to brush it off. Or you ever heard the saying like you can give someone the world and they'll be like, well, I never asked for it. Like, you can at least say thank you for the gift. I don't know. I'm not trying to get too feely about this, but it really does break my heart when I see people who are just so caught up in their own internal world and their own internal happiness that they'll do anything to get it, even if that means destroying someone else's internal happiness. And I'm not speaking as if I'm a saint, like I've never done anything to anyone, but for the most part, I do apologize to people when I feel wrong, and don't try to continue to go down a dark path or just be a malicious person. Even if I don't like someone, I still don't try to treat them nasty. Like, I wasn't raised to be nasty. Like, go out of my way. Talk about raising. I feel like it's not even just about raising, because there's some things that family members will tell you to do that you might feel in your heart is not good, and that's just their way, and you don't want to pick up on their malicious intents or behaviors. Can I get some more cards, please? People also judge people harshly on the cards that they were dealt, like what they were given in life. Like, not everybody's born into riches and have everything. That doesn't make them less of a person, less worthy of respect. People, and then people who are born with the silver spoon in their mouth, they feel like they're better than people who weren't, as if they worked hard for what they have. I feel like the best thing to do when you're not sure what to do is to just stop and to think about it. Sometimes I can move off of impulse, and it can sometimes lead to regret. So I feel like if you're just now discovering that someone isn't who you thought they were, I would say sit back and think about it. I'm feeling like this is somebody, maybe like a very close friend or a relationship you held closely, and it's not what it cracked up to be. You're not really sure what to do, because you, in your heart, you still want to be the loyal person that you believe you should be when you care about somebody. But I don't want to tell you what to do or how to handle the situation. That's why I say it's best to rest, to meditate, and really like see what sits in your spirit the best of how you should react to it. Sometimes no reaction is also a good reaction. Do nothing. But sometimes doing nothing can also be detrimental. I just got patience is good. So I think sitting and waiting is good, because sometimes it may feel like you can't do nothing, or you have just so many options on what you can do, but I feel like whatever happens, you'll get your flowers, you'll get your recognition for the good person that you are. And I was going to say, and they'll see, but is it really even about them seeing? Because even if they saw it, even if they seen you as the person that you were all along, what does that change? Doesn't change what's already taken place. And it could necessarily not even make them want to change who they are as a person. You know, just because people see the good in you doesn't mean that it'll install good into them. They're just aware that you're good. I feel like you don't. I could even be. I feel like this could apply to myself too. You don't even see how glorious you are within yourself. Like how bright you shine, how awesome you are, how nice you are, how kind you are, how beautiful you are, how ambitious, how victorious, how sensual you are. Like, I feel like you might see it, but maybe like 50% of it, like, that is better than you thought it was. And maybe sometimes I feel like that's why we allow people to treat us less than what we deserve, because we don't even realize all that we deserve. Sometimes people don't even have people to teach them certain things. People should also stop judging people off that. Not everybody has a mom or a dad, or just somebody that cares, that teaches them how to act like a lady, act like a man or a gentleman, or just be that kind person. But I feel like some things should also just be within you. You're either a good person or you're a bad person. It's not always something that can be taught, but it's more something that you feel. When you come to this choice and it's like, do I do this, do I do that, but you know one thing, it gives you like a bad feeling, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. Do you listen to it? Do you step back and say, no, this doesn't feel right to me, I'm not going to partake in it? Or do you do it anyway? I feel like sometimes detaching from the things, trying to pretend like they didn't happen, isn't always the best route either. Sometimes you could just be suppressing the emotion rather than working on it, to actually heal it. It's like acting like you don't see an affection doesn't necessarily make it go. I don't I can't think of a time where ignoring an affection ever made it go away, unless you tended to it and you nursed it back to health, and then the body starts to work in and do its part as you're doing your part to try to help heal it. 13, 13, 13 could be significant. That also reduces to 4, 4. 4 is angels. I mean, everything's like an angel number, but I like to see 4 as like angels. Love can come in different forms, not just romantically. Sometimes I hate that I keep saying sometimes, but when things aren't looking so bright, maybe you can tap into something that is. So you're not doing so well in the family aspect, then maybe you can just spend more time with friends, or a romantic partner that'll take your mind off of it. Or say if things aren't doing so well with a romantic partner, maybe you can focus on how much you enjoy doing some hobby that you enjoy doing alone, or your pets, or just family. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm really talking like very soft, but I feel like it is a soft reading, like a gentle conversation. Maybe you should be more gentle with yourself. If you're being hard on yourself, like, oh, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I see it coming? It's like, do we ever see it coming? You may not feel strong, or maybe this person made you feel lesser than what you were, but I don't think that's the case. I think sometimes you're just caught off guard with the courses of life, and you can always change it. not change the course of life, but just change yourself to where it's like, okay, you have this knowledge and you're going to apply it next time. Yeah. And as soon as I say that, I got some cards that confirm with a storm then into abundance. It's like next time you bump into somebody that maybe has like a smart remark and it's like a nice nasty, maybe you know how to stick up for yourself better now, or just, in any type of endeavor, when people aren't treating you how you feel like you deserve to be treated, you're not scared to weather the storm, or not to even just be confrontational, but you're not afraid to stick up for yourself or just dismiss yourself from situations you feel like you don't belong in. I think this is a good place to like kind of close out the reading, unless the cards have any more to say. All right, it's people. A lot of times, things can just be jealousy. People see what maybe you don't see, like just who you are as a person, and they're jealous of it, so they try to dim your light. They try to say things to get you up in your head or make you feel like you're not worth as much, or maybe that's just how they were treated, so they want everybody to be treated that way. But a lot of times people do be envious when they're coming at people just in a disrespectful manner. But if you do have a kind heart, especially in the times that we're in now, which is naturally kind, not just when people are watching or when you can get a reward for it or a pat on the back, but you just do it because that's the type of person you are, I feel like that is literally a gift from God, and that should say a lot about yourself. Like, you have a kind soul, so we know that we're not here forever. So when you leave this earth, like, you might leave everything with you, but that kind soul is always going to be with you. Like, we live within our spirits. So if we live in a spirit of love and nurture and happiness and kindness, that's a very pleasant place to be, because some people are actually don't have that naturally. They aren't pleasant within. It's always chaotic. It's always torment and detrimental and just pure anger. I'm hearing brutal disgust within oneself. So it's like, if you have a heart that is kind, even if it's not appreciated by people around you, I feel like it's something that you can appreciate, that you are like that. And I feel like God also appreciates like you're one of like God's special people, because He gave you a heart of like kindness, a heart of gold. Like, you're nice, you're kind, you're sweet, you're angelic. Very loving, very loving, and blessed. Well, I hope that whoever needed to hear this got to hear this. Um, and I wouldn't, if I can say anything, please don't become like the people that hurt you, or feel like you have to treat people cruelly because you've been treated cruelly. If you really have that nice, kind spirit to you, I feel like it's going to pay off. It is paying off. It's honestly a blessing, because I really don't feel like everyone has it. I want to stop talking, but I feel like I gotta keep saying. Like, some people think that children are born pure. I don't have any children on my own to really guess that, but even if I did, how does one even know that? I say that to say, if you were born kind, I would really see that as a gift, because it doesn't take much to look around and see how cruel people can be to animals, to people, to children. So if you're not cruel, like that truly is one of the greatest gifts. And kindness can take you so much further than money, or just anything. Like my Mima used to say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And people don't realize that, like, the connections that you make can really take you far. and where money may not always work. Say you like, okay, my biggest example, well, my best example I can come up with is like, say you're going to a concert and it's all sold out. Like it's all sold out. Like you can't. You're rich. You're trying to like, oh, let me just buy a seat. I'll pay extra. And it's like, no, there's no more seats. But then here comes Jerry from fifth grade, who you let sit with you and eat lunch because everybody else was just being a douche to him. And now all of a sudden, like I don't know, he's like the stage manager or something, and he's like, oh no, like I know this dude. He can come with me. Like you see where your money couldn't get you, but your face could because you were kind, because he remembered you and like how you were to him. Yeah. And now Jerry is using his VIP card to swipe you into doors that even the best ticket in the house couldn't get you to see. Now you're meeting celebrities and shaking celebrities' hands. Not because you're some rich man, some CEO, because you're a kind person. And your kindness got you far. Further than money. Souls are priceless. Yeah. Hope you guys have a great life. And God bless you.